Hi, welcome back to Grow New Plants. So today I've got a nice cloudy morning and we got a little bit of rain last night. It's springtime, I think it's March 25th, 26th, and I've got some more pecans that I'm going to plant. And so I figured something out on my pecan trees, or on my pecan seeds. I took these things and soaked them probably a week ago. It's probably been almost a week. I soaked these seeds in water and I let them soak for a couple days. I got busy. I did the same thing with some red oak seeds, and I'll have a video for that one too, but I let them soak for 2 or 3 days. I got busy, I wasn't able to plant them yet, and so I just pulled them out of the water and put them in Ziploc baggies and let them sit with still a little bit of water inside the Ziploc baggies to keep them moist. Well, what had ended up happening is almost every one of these pecans, if you can see right here, has started cracking open. So they're ready to bust out. So previously I would soak these seeds for a day or something like that, but they wouldn't start busting open or anything. But I soaked these for a little bit longer, and if they could have just stayed in the water the whole time until I planted them, or soaking them for a couple days and then pulling them out, putting them in baggies and just letting them sit at room temperature. But almost every one of these have already started busting open. So I feel really, really confident that these things are all going to germinate for me. So anyway, that's something that I hadn't done before. I've always soaked them for like 24 hours, but I soaked them for longer, let them sit in baggies for a couple days. So I'm going to start doing that with all of my oaks and pecans and all my nut seeds. I'm going to start doing that with, because I think I'm going to get great germination. And I'm planting 36 of them, and I just pulled out the 36 that were busted open and discarded the rest of them. So anyway, so I'm going to fill up my trays here first. And another thing that I started doing, now this is my soil mix. I just made a brand new video with my soil mix with the kind of perlite that I use, peat moss that I use, fertilizer that I use. So I'll put a link to that up at the top, so you can go watch that video if you want to see what I use for my soil mix for starters. So another thing that I've started doing, because when the peat moss sits and it gets really dry, it gets hyperbolic, which means it won't absorb water very good. So what happened, I put my mix into my trays, put my seeds in, and then try to water it in, and it'll only get water about the first 1/4 inch down, and the rest will stay dry. So what I started doing is I kind of measure out my soil mix, how much I'm going to need for the trays that I'm planting, and then I just add a little bit of water. And you see it holds together, but it's not so wet that there's water dripping out of it, but it's wet enough that it kind of holds together. And that way it's still loose enough that it doesn't get packed down when I put it in my trays. But then on top of that, when I go to water it, the water soaks right in and everything works really good. So that's another trick that I've started doing here. It feels like it's going to start raining on me again too. It's sprinkling a little bit. Hopefully it'll hold off till I get these planted. So basically I just take these and put my soil and just kind of rake it across till it fills them all up. Again, these are my Rootmaker trays. These are Rootmaker 18 trays. If you're interested, the Rootmakers are great. They'll keep your roots from circling around. And if you're interested in the Rootmaker trays, I'll have a link down in the description for those. And then you can buy them directly from the Rootmaker store, the Rootmaker retail store. And I've got a discount code in there too. So if you look down in the description, you get that discount code and the link to the store, and you'll get 15% off on any purchase that you make by using my code. Okay, so I start out like that, get them all pretty level, and then I just take my hand very lightly and press down in these things. And that's just to get any air pockets out. And you can see some of them go farther down than others. And that's just because there's more air in there. Now, I'm not smashing this down hard, I'm just very gently pushing on it to get those air pockets out. And I come back, and then I just rake more soil across to fill in any of those gaps or any of those low spots in there. Okay, so come back, fill them in across the top again. And I just kind of tap them down a little bit just to make sure there's no more air pockets. That one there fell down a little bit low, but that's pretty solid right there. And then I just take my hands and just rake across the top till I can see my individual cells. And then these things are ready to go. Okay, so on your seeds, the big thing on the seeds is the pecans need a bigger tray. You really can't go any smaller than these 18 cell trays with pecans. The pecans develop a big taproot. If you plant these in normal containers, the taproot's just going to go down and circle around. These containers will prune that taproot off and make a good fibrous root system till you plant them off into a bigger pot. So take your seeds and you want to put them at an angle like this. I'm going to do one here in the middle so it shows good on the video. Put them at an angle across like that in the center of the container and just press it down maybe about a ½ inch below the ground. And that's all there is to this. And I'm putting the cracks up. I don't know if that really makes any difference. Once that taproot busts out of this pecan, actually I'm not even going to worry about that. Once it busts out of the pecan, that taproot, it kind of naturally knows to grow down. The oak seeds that I did, the taproots had already actually busted out of those. So I still got some bur oaks to do. And I've got chinkapin oaks, and I think the chinkapin oaks are already starting to root out in the bag in the refrigerator. I haven't taken those out of the refrigerator yet, so those I probably won't have to soak very long because they're ready to go. So but the red oaks that I did, they cracked open and started making roots already while they were stored in that bag after I soaked them for a couple days. So I'm going to do the same thing. I've got bur oaks that I'm going to plant again this year. So I'll take those bur oak seeds and soak those for a couple days, put them in a baggie for a couple days, just kind of do the same thing. Almost got them all. All those. I got one extra seed. Okay, so these are all pressed down about a ½ inch, ¼ inch below the ground, or below the soil level. And then I just take a little more soil and just come right back atop to cover the pecans up. Now, if you're growing these outside and you got any little squirrels running around your neighborhood, they're going to find these things most likely, and they will pull them up. And they don't even care. Once the trees start coming up, they'll pull the trees up, eat the nut off of it, and leave the tree there to die. I've actually had a video at one time, I don't know where it's at now, but I put a Ring camera on my pecan trees and actually watched a squirrel. Had a tree about this big. He grabbed that thing, pulled it out of the ground, pulled the nut off of it, took off, left the tree just laying there, so it dried out and died. They don't care. So I've got a container or a table inside the greenhouse here that it's basically squirrel proof. So I'm gonna move you inside the greenhouse. We'll go ahead and sit these in there, and we'll go ahead and water them in too. But I'll show you my container that I use, or my grow table that I have to protect them from squirrels. Okay, here we are back inside the greenhouse, and this is my table that I built. So it's basically just my I guess it's 3 by 7.5 feet, just 2 by 4 frame, and then I got hardware cloth on the bottom, and that's to allow the air to get to the bottom of these Rootmaker pots. You need air underneath them, so if the roots grow out, the air kills them. And then I just built sides up on it, put 1/4 inch hardware cloth on it, and then this top right here, it just sits on top of there. So I'll go ahead and slide this thing off. So this thing, I used it last year, and I lost 0 nut trees due to squirrels. So it worked great. Squirrels and birds too will get them too. So basically, I just take these things and I set my trays down inside there. It's a little awkward doing it, trying not to get in front of the camera. So I got those in there, and I'm gonna go grab my misting head. So I got my little dram mister, and I just like this mister because it waters real gently. It puts out 1 gallon a minute. I had one before that was a half a gallon a minute, and it was just too slow, but this one puts out 1 gallon a minute. So it puts out a decent amount of water. So I just go back and forth on these until I water them in good, till I got water running out the bottom. And then all I have left to do, once I got them watered in, is to come back and label them, which I'll go make my labels in a minute. I had this one down here at the end. That was my Shumard Red Oaks that I did. And I'll have both of these videos posted pretty soon. So I'll mark them all. I'll put the date that I planted them, just so I know about how long it took to germinate them. So I'll write the date and the variety onto the tags. And that's pretty much it. So I'll water these things in good till the water starts running out the bottom, and then I will put the lid back on, and I'll have squirrel-proof growing conditions for my pecans. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you.